possibilities, placing a foot on the road, expecting no thing. Wow, easier said than done, huh? That's a haiku for this week. Possibilities, placing a foot on the road and expecting no thing. Wow, wouldn't it be great? But if we accept that attitude, that we take a new step on the road, making a big change, moving towards a relationship, moving towards a move of house and place, going into a new project, coming to a place where you know that it is trusting yourself that is going to make the difference, right? Then we have the idea that we expect no thing. Yeah, kind of like desire. They say, don't have desire. Well, can't do that. But it's a good one if we can get there, See, I want to encourage y'all to do some writing yourself. I think, certainly keeping a journal is great, or just noting what happens in your day, or write poetry. Even if you've never done it before. Just get down, get your thoughts out, get the feeling out. Let that God light go through you in your writing. Let it happen. And I say write by hand, in cursive. Express that. Remember that what you were taught in school, how to write, you're not slipping away. Don't let it slip away. Really write. Get the feeling of what that pen or pencil on paper feels like. How you look at it, And it doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be there. And write. There was a man named Saint Columbe, and he was a graphologist. And he was healing mental patients by changing the way that they wrote. It was very interesting. He worked in prisons and helped people to find themselves. I took one of his courses. It was pretty amazing that we can change our attitudes by the ways that we write. I think his books are still around. Paul de Saint Columbe, an amazing cat. All right, enough about me. So we come again to the oracle, to the teaching for this week. Wow. Number 4, Meng. Without experience. Above, Ken the mountain. Below, Khan, the water. The wisdom. Go to the wise teachers. You will be a gift to them. The joy and purpose of the elders and teachers is to teach. And when you go, have the correct behavior. You're entering new territory, and it's great strength and wisdom to approach the ones who have gone before you and are a repository of wisdom and knowledge. There's tradition here as you approach. And you go and you admit that in what's happening for you now, you don't know what to do. You've had little experience. And you need some guidance. And it's okay to ask. Just be humble. Then when you hear it, listen carefully to what you hear. Let it come in. And if you don't understand, then ask for clarity. But don't ask the same question over and over. That's not respectful. Well, let's say you're the teacher, right? Because we're all both teachers and students. You're approached. Well, respect your questioner. Honor the strength it took for them to make the approach and dispense your knowledge, your information, your feelings. If you feel you're not heard or understand, don't let that throw you off. Just dispense what you know, and later, as time passes, the universe will allow the student to absorb the lessons, It is that, so often, like for me, so often I hear in a situation, one of my teachers from the past, or in a situation, and I didn't pay much attention when they were giving me a lesson, but then a situation came up and I heard their voice. Yeah. So we're in change, a period of change, and stirring now, deep within, has lots of layers. Some aspects of what's coming in are hidden. They're only going to be accessed in your dedication, in your intent, and find stillness. And be in your stillness for just a few minutes a day. Longer if you can do it, man. No matter. You see, it is your intent that counts. At this point in your process, do not try to make it appear that you know what you do not. Ooh, don't you hate it when that happens? Somebody know they're just spouting bullshit, man. And you just sit and you listen. But don't be there. Don't do that. Don't. If you don't know, say those magic words. I don't know. To know the unknowable comes to a beginner's mind. As you do, this beginner's mind is referred to in Zen Buddhism as Shoshin. It refers to the cultivating an attitude of openness, eagerness, and lack of preconceptions when studying a subject or a new situation, one that you wish to be in harmony with, just as a beginner in that subject would be, even if you already are at an advanced level. Be open and you'll learn. Be open and you'll learn. Be still. Note well the stillness of the mountain, and you'll see it is not still at all. Water flows from the mountains, trees grow, and all beings are nurtured. This is the springtime of youthful beginnings and experience. A youthful attitude now brings success without bounds. All right, check out where you are. See how you're positioned. Position yourself. So at this point on the path, you see that you do not know how to proceed, and it's cool. Revel in that feeling of newness, right? It gets a little uncomfortable, but just see the energy is new and it's fresh and it's powerful. And at that point, man, suck it up. Reach out and ask for advice. It's not weakness, you see, it's strength. If you turn to a mentor, a wise friend, or a teacher who can guide you into the next stage of progress, abundance, love, consider the advice and go into the quiet of your heart. At any level, ask. The spring flows through the rock on the mountain. This is the new showing itself. Be steady and clear. Observe and open your mind, open your heart, as the spring will soon become a river. Being of the mind of the young student, the attitude of the beginner will serve you well. Be as still and as calm as the mountain now, and allow the coming flow of knowledge. Allow it to come in. For what you need will come, and it'll be like water dripping through a rock, but with care and confidence and integrity. Integrity. This gentle flow will soon become a magnificent flowing river that carries your dreams in love and abundance to the shores of your completion. In this way, you will fill gaps in your knowledge, and you'll be carried to peaceful and joyous success. If there was a teacher who was of service to you and you know them, go to them. And humility, offer alms of respect and gratitude. Alms could be anything, it could be just your gratitude, it could be a gift, flowers. This may be an elder in your tribe, a friend, or it might be just your inner wise voice that you reach in the silence when you quiet your mind. See, we all have teachers, unseen teachers, and they are wise and they are patient and they are kind. The universe is the supplier, it's the agent, man. It's like your talent agent who sends these teachers when you need them. The universe is got it, man. It'll give you what you need when you need it if you just shut up and listen. Look where you are. You're at the place where you will have the possibility to hear their voices and to feel their compassion and their love. And the question comes, right? We think we want to do it, but say, what do I do to connect? Well, the answers are in this this section that we're translating today. Be patient, you see. Be compassionate. Be kind. Each day, be compassionate, patient, and kind. And be in the wonder as the sun rises. Be in wonder as the sun sets. Just don't take it for granted. State that you're grateful for another day. You best say it out loud, right? When you see the beauty of nature, say something about it. You know, people might think you're one of those people talking to themselves in the park, but screw it, do it. Open that up for yourself. And in this, be in awe if you hear the night birds sing. Be an innocent who's in awe of all that is new. And there's always new. Every day is different. It's a new day. When we were younger, it would seem that, summer would never come. School would never end. And a year, such a long time. And we become older, and a year just seems like a moment. And our youth seems to have slipped away, but it hasn't. Don't buy into that. Man, I don't care how young you are. How old you are. Don't let it go like that, you see? And it's not that youth is the goal, but it is the open mind is the goal, the beginner's mind. You see, what's happened is, as we move forward, we have become sophisticated, right? And complacent, and we think we know so bloody much, man. But like I said, we know nothing. And if you can accept that you know nothing, that's an empty slate to learn a lot. Now, the benefit will be to share what you know as you make way for the new, right? Empty the cup. That's the path to freedom of thought, to expanded consciousness, and the deepening of your relationship with spirit. This hexagram, this qua, comes right now to help you return to the state of the child. That state of the child who's in wonderment of the new, First time the kid sees a flower or ants carrying stuff to make their nests. Be in awe. Just be still. Learn and listen. And then you too will become the mentor. The mentor and the guide and the teacher. Dignity, integrity, compassion, kindness, these are all your allies on the road before you. You are now coming to know what has before been unknowable. The hidden truth, these truths that lie deep within, that we have it stored away. You see, we are students, all of us, but we're also teachers. If we accept this and we get the enthusiasm and the vision to be in this place, obstacles will fall away. Those things that have been blocking your way, get in the way of your abundance and being able to love or be loved. Just becoming innocent. And you know what? Certain people will fall away and think you're a silly ass, man, but that's cool. They're supposed to fall away. In complacency, we become dulled. Dulled to the love around you because it is around us all the time. People say, oh, I want to be loved. And it's there. That loneliness, that frustration. In your relationships, in your friendships, your projects, your career, your inner journey, in your evolution. The great benefit is to refresh your knowledge and your attitudes. Learn something new, right? Activate those hormones. Activate the cells of your brain. What is it? He says the little gray cells, man. Make them go. You must learn new ways, you see. That's how we stay aware, awake. And we need to think in a new way about how things are showing in your life. You know, I often make a quote Steve Jobs, you know. What he said, think different. And look what he did with that. People started to think different. And Apple became what Apple is. Well, that's a whole other story. Now it's the time. Quiet your ego. Move into your inner knowing, your intuitive force, that force that never disappoints. Then when you come to the realization that you do not have enough knowledge to proceed, something wonderful will happen. You'll become the student. You'll be the beginner. You will be filled with wondering and wonderment. Take a breath, see how that feels. Recall what brought you joy and what you did for fun as a child. Do it now. Skip down the lane. Play with clay. Steal a kiss. Do finger painting. Whatever it is, reignite your innocence. Reignite your sense of wonder. You know, lots of us have had childhood trauma around trust or around love. Well, accept that it happens. Write about it. Don't bury it. Process it. And then burn it, man. Let it go. And move into a different pool of conscious activity. Jump in to that place that is joyous and is filled with gratitude. In gratitude, it is the great elixir. We feel depressed, we feel unhappy, we feel angry, we feel sad, and then we switch into gratitude. And then we realize, you know, it's that thing about, you know, if everyone lit just one candle. You know, it's us. We need to enliven ourselves, yeah, for everybody else, but for us. To be in gratitude for our place in the world, for our health, for our body, for our friendships. Whatever it is, see what it is. Be grateful. Discard the old. Open to new ways of being and new ways of doing. And in the process, be patient, be kind, be compassionate with yourself and others as you begin learning new patterns. That's really important, man. Start to look at what your old patterns have been. You know, the ones that you repeat over and over and over. Yeah, look at those patterns and then lay a new pattern over it and change it. Take a minute. Observe happy children, what they're doing. You know, playing, skipping, screaming at each other. Isn't that wild? The screaming at each other. And bring that kind of play back into your life. If we listen now to what the Oracle is teaching in this qua, your frustrations will dissipate and you're going to feel the exhilaration of youth no matter what is your age, no matter how many years you have. Right? No matter how many years you have, it won't matter. Boy, we see it all around us now. We are in revolutionary times where the revolution in consciousness is happening. Minds and hearts are opening and will become the companion, will become the elixir, this elixir of love. And trust love, be love, and you'll return to the knowing of that bubbling well of youthful enthusiasm tempered by a clear and meditative mind. My teachers, the Hopi elders say, you are the one you have been waiting for, and man, do not doubt that. Huh? Don't doubt it. Possibilities. Placing a foot on the road, expecting no thing. Namaste, my brothers. Go with strength, compassion, intent. Namaste, my goddesses, sisters. You're in charge of the beauty of the world, you know. You're in charge of keeping the species going in light and in love. Embody the goddess, be outrageous. Man, be an outrageous, loving hero. And goddesses, you too are heroes. Placing a foot on the road without expectation. I send you as much love as I could possibly muster here at the 20th parallel, where warm breezes are blowing. It's wild. Fragrances on the wind is pretty beautiful. You know, no matter what's going around the world, for a moment, you know, check your environment and be grateful. You know, you could be grateful for the beautiful flat that you have, or the room that you've got, or the expanse. I want to encourage you to go to nature. You know, go to nature this week. Just take a walk in the woods, or take a walk to the park, or go by the river if you can. Open up. You know, I hear a lot of people take and put this audio version of the Ching on their phone, and they listen to it as they go into nature. I've been hearing now that there's some groups that gather every Sunday to listen together and then to discuss it. Put a group together, you know, and listen to the words of the elders, the words of the old masters, 3,000 years. Yeah, I translate it for sure. You know, it's my translation. It's also my interpretation. But it's like a painting. Everybody sees something different. Everybody hears something different. So try that. Bring a group together. Discuss it. You've heard me say it before, that the words of greeting and welcoming and goodbye in this area of the world with the Mayans, they say, in la que shalakin, I am the other you. That's what it means. Just get that concept, man. I am the other you. What an honor that is, huh? So, in la que shalakin, may you be loved. May you be loved. It's true. I am the other you, and you got it. I like it that way. I do. Namaste.